changed in so many ways at once. Has the day begun? I lived one life. Has the day ended? I had begun anew, reborn with a new life, a new mission, reborn with a new vision. What may come, I don't know yet, but I am here alive, living my life to the fullest, with new love in my heart and soul, a gift to have, a gift to give, a new life of love, reborn.
Live. Hi guys, how are you? I just had a puppy in my lap. Hold on, I have to get situated, and I'm a little overheated because he's toasty. Um, welcome to my channel, Wounds to Wisdom. I am your host, Teresa, and I am excited to have you here. Those that are new, that have been following me for a while, those of you that are live, and those of you that will be here for the replay. So thank you so much for being here. It is July 3rd, 2025. Time is moving, boy, oh boy, fast. So I'm going to take a moment and slow down. And I'm looking for us today to incorporate some of what I understand about the universal laws of the universe, the 12 universal laws of the universe, how we can incorporate them and really take action on them if what we truly want to do is grow. If what we truly want to do is metamorphosize into the lighter vibration of love, of light, of community. And those are things that are important to me. So I totally understand if this is not your cup of tea. I've been doing a lot of introspection journaling, which has escaped me for a long time. I actually think that around 2019, after I had my heart event, my thoughts were a little bit befuddled. I just couldn't put down on paper some of the things that I was experiencing. And I got out of the habit of journaling. And then when I was getting back into it, they were very short little blurbs. I really was distracted when I was writing. Couldn't really focus, couldn't formulate the thoughts that I had. And then as I became a student again, and learning a little bit more between my teacher Anne Marie and Nanako and so many others. It's a little overwhelming to name some of the teachers, but these are the two that stand out to me the most. There's another teacher, Donna, who has a wonderful program that I also had taken some courses. So these are some women that had different styles, different takes, same goal. And for me, it's to grasp the inner light. It's to grasp what I was and what I want to be. Hello, Steve-O, the seventh son of Steve-O. Welcome, welcome. So happy to have you here today. Um, and so, we're going to take some time today. I'm not going to rush through. We are expecting a storm again. I know I had one on Tuesday, and, that's perfect for the gardens, but it scares all my animals. So it causes a little bit of distraction. I am going to do a meditation at the end of today's session. So please make sure, if you're interested in participating, that you are, you're able to get to a quiet space, but also that you have some water, something to drink. And we should be drinking anyway, water. Save the alcohol for tomorrow and whenever else, if that's what your thing is. But juice or iced tea, something just to hydrate, because this is a toasty time of year. And I forget what the temperature is. Hold on, now I have to look. And so I can see in the screen it's getting dark again. So right now it's 81 degrees. It's not as hot as it has been. And actually there's a gentle breeze. And I was outside with the dogs, and this breeze was really beautiful. So, but it is like being in a hot bath. So I'm going to be disconnecting from the internet for the next several days. I'm going to use the 4th of July as an excuse. And for those of you that celebrate, what are you going to be doing? Steve-O, what are you going to be doing for this time period, the long weekend? And I think those of you that are working probably also have Monday off, if I'm not mistaken. So Friday and Monday, nice long weekend. And so I'm having a friend come by. We'll have a little bite to eat and hang out in the later part of the day, where it's not so hot in my backyard. And I have it's a city backyard, nothing too extravagant. I did promise you all a video or pictures of the garden, and it's as done as it's going to get. I kind of lost my physical strength to lift more cinder blocks and build up the walls and kind of create this more magical garden. It's a little bit chaotic, but so am I, so it's fine. It's good. So that's Friday. And then Saturday, Sunday is no different. It's not a different day for me. I'll run errands and hang out with the pups, and I have some organizing and purging to do. So I would love to know, what you guys plan on doing. I like to live vicariously through others. If you're having a big shindig, our community is not having fireworks. They're putting it off until August, and I won't be here for it. So, fireworks are one of those things I absolutely love. I love seeing the magical poofs of light in the sky. So I'm a little disappointed that we're not having them again. But we're a small, town, and there's not a lot of money in the community to raise in time for the 4th of July. So they push it out. And I'm sure it'll be lovely. I won't be in town, but not only that, it's at the high school. So for me, it's not a long drive, but if they were to host it where they normally do, I can walk out my house and go watch. So I'm a little, it's not as much fun for me. So we've been talking about, what are we into this now? About 9 minutes. So we've been talking about the 12 universal laws of the universe, and we're up to number 7. So we talked about that on Tuesday. And one of the things that I had said that I wanted to do was really incorporate, how do we then take action? We have all these conversations about these things that we can do to raise our vibration and to be in the light and all that kind of stuff. But I think, what's been missing is the how of it all. So when we think about the first law of the universe, right, the law of divine oneness, that really means we're all connected. So negative thoughts often, they come to us because we're isolated, right? We don't have a community around us for conversation or a discourse. And whether that's about, your favorite food item to your favorite politics or whatever your topic is, it requires conversation. And often we become isolated. And that is one of the greatest downfalls of 2020 with the pandemic. We became very isolated as a nation, as many nations, because it wasn't just within the US, it was Canada, it was Italy, it was everywhere in the world. And we are slowly coming out of that, but now there's this lack of love, I'll leave it at that, amongst people and communities. And so when you're isolated, this law reminds you that we are not alone. Hello, the more intuitive me. I love that name. I watched you today and I really enjoyed you, just so you know. It was one of actually the best tarot reads. So if anyone hasn't seen or gone to your channel, I hope they do. And my mods aren't here, so as I'm talking, I'm going to hop on and see if I can just grab your channel and put it on, because it really, I enjoyed it and I highly recommend it. So hold on while I type and try to find you. Dun, 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 dun. There you are. All right. Let me take this and here, and then go to my channel and plop you right here. And go. All right. I think I did it correctly. So, so sorry. Did not mean to cough in your ears. So divine oneness, right? We are all connected. So that to me is one of those things that how do we use it? Well, it's as simple as practicing compassion for yourself and for other people. And one of the affirmations or mantras or repetitions that has been recommended is, I am one with all that is. I am one with this whole universe. I am one with you in this community. And it's just to know and to say to us that we're not alone, and that no matter what, even if you think you're alone, we are all connected. The second law is the law of vibration, right? Everything has a frequency. So our thoughts are energy. We know this. Low vibe thoughts attract the same back to us. I call it grumpy pants. When you're grumpy, you're going to attract other grumpy people. And so, for example, I'll use going to the dog park. If I go in and I'm just, Eeyore, okay, everything sucks, everybody around you is going to go, yeah, everything sucks. If you go in with the attitude of, oh my God, it's a gorgeous day today, and look, it's going to rain and it's going to cool off the town. Isn't that fantastic? That's a whole different attitude. So really everything has a vibration. And one of the ways to use that is breath work. Breathing in, and you don't even have to hold it. Just gently exhale it out. And I like to do a count of 4 in and 6 out. So for me, and that brings my my agitation into neutral, right? So even if it's in for 4 and out. And I always imagine blowing through a straw. I make noises, so I'm a big chanter. You can chant the A-E-I-O-U if using Om, it makes you uncomfortable. You know what I mean? if amen is not your thing, the toning, the moving, it's yeah. So the breath coming out is eliminating all the toxins in our body. So the fluidity of in and out consciously, of course you breathe. This is I'm not going to share who said this to me, but I was like, just take a breath. And I was told, well, what the F do you think I'm doing? And I said, let's chill out for a second and just take a deep, full breath. And I want you to take a full breath in. And the person rolled their eyes at me. And I was like, please just humor me and take a really deep breath in. And don't rush it. And as you exhale, do it really slowly. Now, this person is naturally a curmudgeon, a cranky pants. And I got this person to do it twice, and they were like, okay, all right. And then I let it go because that was a win for me. Usually I would get flipped off or something. So, um, and then when you're using your breath work, you can use movement, you can use music to raise your vibration and focus on gratitude. And oftentimes, people are like, well, I'm already grateful. Great. Be grateful for whatever else. You have 2 hands, you have 10 fingers, you have 10 toes. Maybe you don't. So grateful for the 9 fingers and 9 toes. Grateful for the fact that you get to breathe. Grateful that you woke up this morning. Grateful that you're here on my channel and I'm happy to see you. There are ways that we can be grateful in the worst of times. And I've had to learn that, losing my father a month ago, or actually it's almost 2 months. Jeez. Just reminded me that I'm alone in the world without parents, but I'm not alone in the world without love. And I had to remind myself of that because I reverted back to being the little girl and I had nobody to talk to. Where are my parents? They're gone. And my elder community is disappearing faster than anything. And it's still being grateful that they're here for today and that as they pass on, I love them and I can say I'm grateful for the love that I got to experience, right? So the law of correspondence is the 3rd law. This is the belief that as above us, so below, as within, so without, which means our outer world mirrors our inner world, our inner state of being. So an opportunity to shift your thoughts might be to journal them. And my struggle with journaling ended up being bullet points. And this was from one of my teachers. She's like, look, fold the paper in half. And on one half, just if you can't come up with all these good things to say or just anything to say, cranky, happy, sad, scared, alone, hungry, tired, sleepy, awake, energized, and, counterbalance the other side. That might be how you are feeling. How do you want to feel? And, please remind me, do I have a piece of paper? I want to share this with you guys. What did I do with my pad of paper? Great. Okay. Before we go into meditation today, I want to remember this thought to share with you. So, shifting your inner narrative creates an outer peace. And that just means, yes, all the craziness is going on around us. We don't have control around the craziness. We have control over how we respond to the craziness. And some days, sorry, I got a puppy. I had 2. One was in my lap. He heated me up left. Now the other one's laying next to me. They're all sucking out the cool energy from my body and they're heating me up. They don't understand that mama is in menopause. So the 4th law is the law of attraction. And this one is like attracts like. So, What you focus on gets bigger, it grows, it expands. So your negative thoughts attract negative experiences. If your positive thoughts, I know, thank you for that. Do you want to say hi to the peoples? Do you want to say hi? Look at this face. Look at this face. I love this face. Um, I'm like a squirrel. Sorry, ADD girl. I got a. Your cat's like the heater. I know. My girl's upstairs, and it's getting darker and darker. So the storm is coming, and she's going to skulk down the stairs because she's still afraid to come face to face with the dogs. But she'll stare at us in a moment, and then I'll start hearing kitty cat cries. Um, but focus, girl. So the positive thoughts attract the positive experiences. And that doesn't mean we always have to be rainbows and sunshine. I'm not being naive here. And we get to feel gloomy and doomy on occasion. It's not living in the space, is what I'm talking about. And so you can visualize what you want, not always what you fear, not always what you feel. Use the affirmations to redirect your focus. The fifth law is the law of inspired action, right? So this is manifesting. Manifestation requires movement. It just doesn't come to you. You can't just go, I would like to manifest a Mercedes Benz. And then abracadabra, it shows up in your driveway, right? You have to work to getting a Mercedes, used or new. You still have to do something in order to acquire it. Manifesting doesn't mean that magically your guardian angel is going to go, oh, Teresa would like that Mercedes Benz. Let's put it in her driveway and surprise her. It requires action. We have to act in alignment, right, with what our desires are. And this is going to tie into something I'm going to share with you in a little bit. So one of the ways to make this happen is to take small steps toward joy. So call a friend. Go for a walk with yourself or with a friend or with your dogs. Start some kind of a project that you like. If you like gardening, landscaping, wine tasting, beer tasting, whatever your joie de vivre is. Hello, welcome. I think it's Henri, if I'm saying that right, or is it just Henry and spelled fancy? I welcome you. So thank you so much for being here. I haven't seen you on this channel or other channels, and so come on aboard. We are really lovely people here. And we are talking today about the 12 universal laws of the universe up to number 7, because we are in the 7th month of the calendar year. And we're talking about how we incorporate those laws into our daily life. So, the small steps towards whatever we are desiring most is how we can achieve it. For me, creating that garden, I don't always get to do, wonderful, Henri. So I'm glad I said it correctly. So now we are going on to the 6th law of the universe. And this one always cracks me up. It's the law of perpetual transmutation of energy. Big mouthful. And really what it means is energy is always moving and changing. Always moving and changing. You can shift negative into positive easily. So, and I say easily in the sense that it is about thought. And sometimes when I was having the really bad week last week, and I was disconnecting from people, and I was feeling very poor, pitiful me. Sorry, I'm going to turn on the light because the storm is coming fast and it's getting very dark. So I know I'm a little orangey now, but I needed to do that because it's getting dark and gloomy. So, when I was feeling low and I wasn't able to raise my vibration, I literally put on a song. Those of you that have been here before know that to get me moving and to get me in the mood, I put on a song from the Oh shoot, I wish Misha was here. I think it's from the early 90s, maybe late 80s, from Chumbawamba. I get knocked down, but I get up again. And I'm not going to sing it, but one of these days I am. And I was like, all right, I just need to put that on and get me going. And then I put on my Michael Bublé, who just makes me happy. And then I put on my Warrior Woman Pink, and I start to kick ass and I start to feel better. So, you use the tools that you already have. What's going to at least put the fight or the fire back into you? And my fire was doused and my energy was drained, and I was just feeling bereft and could not grab through my grief um, the sunshine. And so I have to practice what I preach here, which is using the laws of the universe, using the Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz, um, you know, using breath work, all these tools that we talk about. And oh, shoot, where did I put it? I thought I had it handy, and I don't. I'm going to take a moment to find it. Hold on. I put it right here so I could demonstrate. So you guys are going to hold with me for a second. Talk amongst yourselves, as we say in Italian. Please just talk amongst yourselves. And I am just going to disable the camera for 1 second. You can still hear me. All right. I found what I was looking for to share with you. And it's something else that I use, and that I have so many things. Aria, welcome, my friend. Yes, Chumbawamba. Um, I get knocked down, but I get up again. It's one of those things that just really, um, oh, you just got that song out of your head. Sorry. I'm bringing it back, sister. All right, so let me just get this ready so I can show you that this is one of the things that I do with all of my, when I get down and out. This is one of the things that I do. I use my triangle. Now I have many singing bowls, but I take my chimes. I hope you can hear this. Can you hear it? Yes, no? Can you hear? Anyway, I have all of these bowls, and this triangle is one of the ones that I really like. Hey, Braze. Um, so, oh, great, you can hear it. So, one of the advantages of something like this is you can put this over your crown chakra and allow it to vibrate and penetrate. Put it by your ears, and each ear will have a different response, right? So I use these, and I'm going to start to incorporate these a little bit, and I'm going to try to do this with Witchy Trista. So those of you that know Trista, she does sound bowls, etc., and it's really magical. But I'm hoping that she and I can collaborate, because sound is another way for us in this community to put into play the things that help us. So as you know, energy is always moving, and sound is energy. And so use meditation and use visualization to transform our emotions into light, because that's what we're trying to do, right? We're trying to live in the light. Okay, so I'm stuttering. All right, so now the dog is moving on and won't be heating me up so much. All right, I just want to put this away because I have a habit of getting getting loved on by the pups, and I don't want to break it. And so this brings us to the seventh law before we get into our meditation today. And so the seventh law is the law of cause and effect. Every action has a consequence, and we all know this. Your thoughts and actions ripple outward. If I were to come onto this channel and go, what's that going to do to everybody else observing, right? Your energy is going to rise. It's going to be negative. And it's, it's just not going to be the calm, soothing channel and person that I want to project. I'm not the, I don't know what the other podcaster's name is. He's really kind of a wackadoo, and he likes confrontation. I don't like confrontation. I want this to be of love and light. That's what we're trying to do, right? So your thoughts, be intentional. Before we step out of our house to go to the store, to go anywhere, to meet friends, take a breath and say, I'm going to have a great time today. I'm going to see my friends. I'm going to leave my crap at home, and I'm just going to go and enjoy myself. That's, what I do today. What effect do I have on other people? And that comes with when I'm going through grief. That goes when I'm going through sorrow for my own self. That's all the negative things that we struggle with, because no matter what, we are all children. We may not have our parents anymore. We may all be adults, but we were children. Our parents either loved us a lot, didn't love us the way we needed, or they just were shut down in their own ways. I think each of us has a different story. That's what makes us sort of beautiful. So the child in us acts out. And how do we rein that in? And that's like, okay, the child's the old self. Everything prior to today is old. And I want everything that's new, and I want to come into neutral, right? I want to be in this center. And so I want to ask you guys this question. It's something that I've been doing as part of a course I'm taking. But I was asked by my teacher, what does wealth look like to you? And then create a vision board. So that could mean going to Pinterest or your favorite magazine and just cutting out things that mean wealth to you. There's no judgment, by the way. You could cut out all Ferraris, and that's what wealth means to you. What I found fascinating for me, because I'm in this influx, because I'm not able to work, and because, I'm going to take that back. I'm able to work in limited capacity, and I want to do that using my skills of Reiki practitioner, hypnotherapist, energy practitioner. That's how I want to work. And I'm working on creating that. We're going to talk about that in the near future. And even this channel, I want to reimagine it. And so Tuesdays are going to be topic oriented. Thursdays are going to be a little bit more kind of summary, and then going into meditation. Gentle, short, sweet meditations. Because I'm finding that we need a place to center and to calm. And we have wonderful other people. So Truth Wave, Victor, he does a really great job, and he does it twice a day, morning and evening. And I should put his channel in. Braze, would you mind putting his in for me, if you don't mind? And Josh on Mr. Floyd's Universe, he talks about gratefulness. And Millie, who's not here today, but she has these video clips of nature that, if you're feeling all scatterbrained or disconnected, it's just a lovely way. And I hope she does more. And she's actually now part of a new channel called Nuestra Tablo Raza, I think. It's only on once a week and they just started it. So there's 4 or 5 creators that get together, and I'm not really sure yet exactly the theme, but my point about bringing Millie up is she's actually showing her face now and starting to impart her wisdom. And Trista's on it. Another person I'm not really familiar with, and I'm forgetting his name. And if somebody's on this channel that knows who Lucky something, you guys can help me out with that. So the purpose of all of this is really, or what I want to do, what my goals are. I don't want to be like everybody else. Those other people do their stuff really well. I don't need to be them. You all have no different than TV. Lucky. All right. Thank you. You all like the clicker in your hand, which I just had a minute ago. We all get to change the channel. So you get to find those things that resonate with you. You guys get to focus in on what's important. If you want to have fun, there's plenty of channels that are all about fun. There are channels like the More Intuitive Me that I just found that did a tarot that resonated with me. I didn't feel overwhelmed and I didn't feel stupid. It was something that I could relate to, that I liked how it was described. Conversations with Christy also does a form of that. Oh God, I'm drawing a blank. There's a couple of others anyway. And there's many channels that we watch that will resonate with people. Here's my conundrum with watching other people. I don't want to spend my day in front of a computer or a TV. I want to be out there in the world doing. And so, yes, I'll catch some things on the replay. Some things aren't really meant in that fashion. They're sort of live energy. So point being, and then we're going to dive into the meditation. So get yourself comfortable, get some water. I have my Thai iced tea. I'm going to have a sip. I probably shouldn't because it's caffeinated and I'm going to be bouncing off the walls. But these laws are guides. And for me, it's really about changing my vibration and living in a place of love and light. And I think I probably tried to do that most of my life. And things came at me that I didn't have the tools in my toolbox to manage well. And so I created more drama. And I created the drama. It wasn't the other people. And when do we stop blaming other people for things that happen to us? You know what I mean? People may cause us distress, but our response is really what formulates the enormity of the situation. It can be, again, how we put something out there into the world is how we're going to get it back. And so if we respond with, well, that's really not my problem, that had nothing to do with me, that was someone else's stuff, I can't take that personally. That's the key, is it's not always about us. And that's why I love Mel Robbins' book, The Let Them Theory, that we talked about a month or so ago. We have to let people be who they are. We don't have any control over them. We have control over how we respond to those situations. And it takes effort and it takes awareness and it takes a change. I'm 62 years old. It's taken me 61 years to be who I am. So, it's not like that just happened overnight. Okay, so what I want everybody to do is get comfy. I'm going to put on some ambient background noise and want you guys to sort of go with me on this. If you're not interested, please tap out. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so tremendously grateful for each and every one of you. This is going to take about 10 or 15 minutes. I was just looking at the clock. You guys can't see where my eyes are going. And so, I just want you to get comfortable. I want you to be in a safe place, but I am going to ask if you can hear the music. And I had it queued up. And so can you hear the music and can you hear me at the same time? And I'll just keep talking for a second to see if you can hear me. Is the music too loud? Am I too low? And just let me know. And Grace, if you're still here, if you could, that would be awesome. Ooh. I'd like to chat with you. You want to with me? Great. All right. Maybe we can connect too. All right. Maybe coordinate or do something. All right. So, everybody. All right. I want you to all just get in a space where you feel relaxed. All right. And I'm going to breathe. And breathe. So take your breath in and close your eyes. And breathe. Again, to just be in tune with your body. All right? Just breathe in and breathe out and notice. Just notice. How does your body feel? Are you holding any tension anywhere? Remembering to always breathe in for a count of 4 and exhale on a count of 6. So we're going to slow and steady our breath and our body and our mind. We're going to come into stillness. And let your spine be tall, whether you're sitting or reclining. Let your shoulders relax. When you inhale deeply, fill your lungs with light, this deep breath. And imagine that it's light. And as you exhale, let go of that tension, let go of the worry. Feel your breath as the thread, connecting you to all of creation. Repeat in your mind, I am one with all that is. I am one with all that is. And imagine yourself being wrapped in this calming hug. Breathing in and breathing out. Continue to notice your energy and scan your body. Are you still holding tension? Where are you holding tension? And allow yourself to breathe gently and softly. And breathe softly, quietly, quietly. Follow the sounds of the birds. Yes, awareness, I change the music to be softer, gentler. Where is the low vibration hiding within your body? Is it in your belly? Is it in your chest, in your throat? Breathe into that space and imagine the breath is filling the space where you are feeling tense. Fill the breath into that space, and as you exhale gently, allow it to just dissolve the tension. Imagine the tension just poof like a cloud. And let the joy of breath come into your body, into that space, moving and feeling softly. This isn't a race. Don't rush anything. Just breathe gently. And repeat, I raise my frequency with love. I raise my frequency with love. Again, I raise my frequency with love because I am one with all that is. And imagine that the outer world mirrors your inner world, and see your thoughts like seeds, using my garden analysis, analogies. See your thoughts like seeds, and what are you planting in the earth today? Are you planting peace? Are you planting love? Are you planting sorrow or anger? And just notice it again. There's no judgment with the breath. Follow the breath in and out. In and out. Softly and gently. And use the affirmation with me. Repeat, peace within me creates peace around me. Isn't that beautiful? Breathing in. Peace within me creates peace around me. And now imagine what you desire. Clarity, love, peace, companionship, connection, whatever it is for you. Imagine what it is you desire. As you breathe in, filling your body with all of this wonderful energy of light and healing, and exhaling everything that does not serve your purpose. All release it all. And as you inhale again, let all those feelings, that desire, flood every cell of your body. Allow it to heal and rest. Breathing in and exhaling. And repeat after me in your mind. I attract what I believe. I believe in my highest good. I attract what I believe. I believe in my highest good. Allow your body to just rest even more in this space, in this time. And allow the intuitive action to float to the surface. Breathing in and breathing out. And whisper, I am ready. I move in alignment with my soul. I am ready. I move in alignment with my soul. Breathe in. And exhale. And then I want you to visualize, if you can, with me, a golden vortex in your heart center. And feed that space, that golden space, all your worries, all your old stories, all your old wounds and doubts and fears, and just pile it into that vortex and watch it melt into the light. I transform heaviness into lightness. Repeat to yourself, I transform heaviness into lightness. I transform heaviness into lightness. And feel how your thoughts ripple outward. Each breath you take is a cause. Each peaceful thought is an effect. A cause and effect. Breathing in and breathing out. And repeat to yourself, I choose thoughts that serve the world and myself. I choose thoughts that serve the world and myself. I choose thoughts that serve the world and myself. Remember to breathe in and relax and let the breath out. As you're in awareness, take your hands, take your left hand and place it over your heart, and place your right hand over the left. And breathe in unity and exhale love. Breathe in unity and exhale love. And repeat to yourself, I am connected. I choose thoughts. I am connected. I am radiant. I am the cause of peace. I am divine. I am connected. I am radiant. I am the cause of peace. I am divine. Breathing in and out, softly and gently, and just be aware of the sounds around you. We're going to come out shortly, and I just want you to be aware of how you're feeling and where your breath is. If you're feeling that sense of relaxation and calmness, and then I just want you to wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. You're going to hear the thunder behind me, and you may see flashes of light. The thunderstorm is fast approaching. And before all the animals create chaos, I'm going to want you to just be in stillness. And I'm just going to quietly let you all go in this moment. Try to hold on to the restfulness that you feel at the moment. Allow me to send you with love and with light, with healing, with joy, with forgiveness, with peace, with love, with laughter. And I will see you guys on Tuesday. So enjoy your 4th of July if you are from the United States. If you are not, enjoy your weekend with many blessings from me to you. I send you with love and peace. May you be blessed. Thank you for being here today. It means the world to me. And Henri, it's such a pleasure to have you here.
I'm like an ice skater dancing out for the first time on the form solid ice. No more fears, no sorrows, because I love the common tomorrows. This life has barely begun, but now I know what I want to do. I know what I want to be, reborn. Finally feeling I am fulfilling my destiny, with a heart filled of gratefulness, happiness, joy, overflowing of kindness and love. Oh, so much love. I feel like love is the supportive pillar in my soul, and it only grows each day. I'm reborn.